Hey guys, my name is Matsimio, and today I'm excited to say that it looks like Ubisoft is going to be making some changes to Ela in Rainbow Six Siege, and she's going to be getting a nerf in the near future. Now, admittedly, many of you probably saw this day coming a long time ago, because Ela in her current state is phenomenal. I don't know what Ubisoft was thinking originally giving her a weapon that has a crazy high RPM, good damage, large mag size, alongside laser beam-like accuracy. You put all that together, it doesn't matter what gadget they have at their disposal, they have the makings for being one of the best operators in the game simply for those aspects. On top of that, her gadget is also phenomenal, so it doesn't come as a surprise that she's going to be seeing some adjustments. And so the way that Ubisoft is going about it is that they're dropping her gadget from 4 down to 3. Kind of what they did with Valkyrie back in the day. Now, in my opinion, this is a fair compromise. Her gadget right now allows for a lot of versatility, and that's because she has so many gadgets at her disposal. She can place 2 on the objective, she can keep 2 in her pocket to kind of use as spares as the enemy takes them out with gadgets like Thatcher, for example, or she could just simply create a perimeter defense around one section of the map that she wants to camp in, and then it's nearly impossible for the offensive team to catch her by surprise. On top of this, this also means that if offense does want to counter her with Thatcher, Thatcher does completely counter her if he plays his cards right. Right now, you could throw all 3 of your EMPs in one doorway, and if the Ela is just sitting there tossing it every single time that the Thatcher destroys one of them, well, that last one is going to stop the progress of the offensive team. Now, of course, that's simplistic, and offense has a lot more other tools to deal with her gadget, but even still, it just kind of makes that a bit more manageable. On top of that, they're also going to be increasing the amount of recoil that you have to deal with while playing as Ela. Not only are they raising the speed at which you get to the maximum recoil values, but they're also increasing those maximum recoil values. And so just in general, in layman's terms, it's not going to be laser beam like accurate that it is in its current states, and that makes sense. I know that some people were hoping that they would drop her mag size from 50 down to 30. That would seem like a fair compromise, but I think one of the biggest reasons why Ela is so powerful right now is that you never have to let off on holding down the button. You can just spray down range and have pinpoint or reasonably pinpoint-like accuracy, and as long as you're anywhere near the enemy's head, you're going to line up that headshot because of that crazy high rounds per minute. Now, right now, those are all the changes that Ubisoft has in store for Ela right now, and I know that some people are a bit disappointed by this because they don't think that they're going far enough. Yes, having more recoil to deal with is a great step in the right direction, but you know those good players out there are going to be able to master that recoil, and it's not really going to change a whole lot. Yeah, dropping her gadget down from 4 to 3 is going to sting a little bit, but she's still incredibly versatile as long as they know what they're doing. And so one suggestion that I've heard, and I kind of agree with this, is make her interactive between offense and defense. Right now, if you're playing as a normal standard operator that doesn't have access to an EMP, there isn't much that you can do when you encounter a Ela charge. Either you can try to flank around and hit the objective from a different angle, running the risk that you're just wasting your time because you could encounter another Ela charge from that different flanking route, or you can just run on in and hope and pray that the enemy isn't right around the corner when that thing goes off, leaving you at a massive disadvantage. And so the suggestion that I've heard, and I kind of like it, is that what if there was a slight, like a 0.5 second delay for that thing going off? That way, you can quickly round the corner, take a shot at it, and then you're good to go and it can proceed as normal. Now, admittedly, this does run the risk of making her gadget a bit obsolete. If everyone on offense is taking it slow and they're droning out the objective before they charge on in, if they spot these charges, they can quickly take them out and she's not going to get that stun effect. But you could say the same is true for every other trap operator in the game as long as offense is taking it slow, which isn't the case for Ela right now. If we take a look over at Frost, while it may not be the perfect example because if someone doesn't notice her Frost trap, it puts them in the down but not out stage and doesn't just stun them, but you kind of get the idea. As long as offense is watching for those Frost traps, anyone on offense can take them down. You don't need to play as Thatcher, you don't need to play as Twitch to try to take care of it. As long as you're observant and as long as you're paying attention, you can take down that gadget reliably. And so let me know what you guys think about all these changes. Like I mentioned, my recommendation isn't perfect because it runs the risk of making her obsolete. Yes, it's great that we then would have that interaction between offense and defense where offense can actually react to her gadget, but that might push things too far. And so do you like the fact that they're dropping her gadget from 4 to 3? Do you think that she's in a good place right now and doesn't need a nerf? Or do you not think that they're going far enough and they should nerf her in some other way? Let me know down below in the comment section. Another thing that Ubisoft is trying to resolve in this next update is that they're trying to give players more information when they have a bad connection to the server. One of these is the latency icons. So basically, if you have a high ping, it's going to let you know with a little icon, I think in the top right-hand side of your screen. So if you have a really bad ping, it might show a yellow latency icon. If it's really bad, it will show a red icon. Now, what's interesting about this post is that they mention that if you have a red icon, it basically means that a lot of your shots are not going to register at all against the enemy, and this is intended. Now, we don't know the exact details here, but what I'm hoping for is that this means that Ubisoft is finally trying to take some steps to reduce the high ping advantage in this game. I'm sure you guys have noticed this. You're playing against someone who's out of your region, they have a ping of like 200 or 250, they play as Ashe, they round the corner at Mach 5, and on your screen, you see them for like half a second, but on their end, when you watch their kill cam, they see you for like a day and a half, giving them plenty of time to line up that headshot and take you down. It's incredibly frustrating. Rainbow Six Siege in its current state seems to be one of the only competitive games out there that gives you such a large advantage if you have a high ping. Now, admittedly, it's not a perfect experience for those high ping players, like they also run into some problems, but in a game like this that relies on those split-second moments to give someone such a large advantage because they have a high ping when they're rounding corners because of that peeker's advantage, it can be game-breaking. It can be incredibly frustrating, and so I'm crossing my fingers that this means that Ubisoft is trying to take some steps to address this problem. Now, the one issue with this, some of you might be thinking right now, wait a second, what's the problem? This sounds fantastic. Well, the one issue is that there are some people in this world that don't have servers anywhere near their region. They have to connect to servers that may be on a completely different continent. Like, there's nothing in their area, and so because of that, if they want to play Rainbow Six Siege, they bought the game, they deserve to play, this could really ruin their experience. Now, I don't think that necessarily means that Ubisoft shouldn't try to still pursue stopping the ping problem. I just think this means that Ubisoft needs to give them servers that are reliable and in their region. And so all in all, I'm really excited to see where all this leads. Not only because this is going to give players simply more information, letting them know when they have an unstable connection, but I'm also hopeful this means that Ubisoft is going to be taking some steps to reduce that ping problem. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Once again, let me know what you guys think about the Ela nerfs. Do you think it's going to be a good thing for the game? Let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.